Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome belatedly to this FA Cup qualify for the first round proper, Yeovil Town versus Dover. We're live on YouTube. I'm very sorry for the delay. It was out of our control, but we're here 6 minutes in and no chances as of yet between the two sides. I'm delighted to be joined by Yeovil media man Sam Collard. Sam, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Apologies for the stress of getting this organised for you and it's not on the streaming software we would have liked, but currently we're trying to get things sorted for you and be on pitch slot as quickly as we can. So once again apologies, and that's why we're on YouTube right now.
Yeovil Town attacking here. No chance of yet, but Staunton's there. Forces a good save from the debutant in goal for Dover, Tom Smith, an 18-year-old making his debut on loan from Premier League's giants Arsenal. And just to run you through the Yeovil side, for those of you who don't know, it's a back three again with Adam Smith in goal. And then at the back we've got Albie Skendi, Josh Staunton and Carl Dickinson. Wing backs of Gabby Rogers and Dan Ledbetter. Charlie Lee and Lawson Diath in midfield with Warburton, who's on the ball at the moment, just in front of them. And then Rhys Murphy and Scott Quigley up top. Tries to play in Matt Warburton there. And for Dover, in goal, Tom Smith. And they've got Josh Passley, Louis Collins, Curtis Cumberbatch, Akeem Rose, Jack Munns, Bill Elhinchiri, TJ Bramble, Marshall Ratton, Marvel Ekpateta and Bailey Spencer Adams. It looks like Dover are matching Yeovil's back three. Here comes Gabby Rogers down the left-hand side. Been so dangerous when he's played this season. Charlie Lee with a shooting opportunity, goes for it, but just goes over. Yeovil still looking for their first win of the season, and they'll be hoping that they can get one to progress to the first round proper this season. Dover come into this one having won their opening game with an impressive win against Notts County, but following that 4 losses, conceding 14 goals in those 4 games, the most recent 2 against Torquay, 5 against Aldershot before that. And it's come through to Rhys Murphy, who's got a chance here on his left. He goes for it, and it's a fantastic finish from Rhys Murphy. Murphy cut in from the right-hand side there, and with a sweeping finish on his left foot. 1-0 to Yeovil, 9 minutes in. It deflected through to him, and he did the rest. Quigley was available in the middle, but he didn't need him. And it's 1-0 to Yeovil. Sam.
Well, that was simply stunning from Rhys Murphy, cutting in onto his left foot there, and there was only one answer at the end of that, really. Bottom corner, lovely stuff. Great start to the game.
That's the start Yeovil will have wanted. They've struggled in the 2 previous games at home this season, especially in the first half. But that is the start Darren Sarll and Yeovil will be looking for. And Rhys Murphy will be delighted with that one. The Dover player's not happy that it's a foul given to Yeovil there.
Yeovil Town's top scorer from last season, Rhys Murphy, has opened the goal scoring a scrappy opening 10 minutes, but the first shot on target was dispatched beautifully by Rhys Murphy after just 10 minutes. Josh Passley failed to cut out the bouncing ball, and Murphy overtook him, killed it.
Murphy there with his first goal of the season. Now Yeovil will be hoping they can get a few more and really try and dominate this game. They've played well in their last 2 games against Dagenham, Redbridge and Halifax, but haven't quite had enough to get the result. Obviously, Luke Wilkinson in the last game getting sent off. But here comes Josh Passley with space on the right-hand side. Gabby Rogers is going to look to nullify him, and he's forced to bring it back. It's a shooting opportunity for Jack Munns, but plays it back out wide. Ball in, it's come off the head of a Yeovil player, and it's gone out for a Dover throw. a new look defence for Yeovil with Collins and Wilkinson missing, but one that will have still plenty of experience tonight. So Carl Dickinson and Staunton played a lot of games at his career and tried to find Murphy over the top there. But Tom Smith is going to see that one out. So Dover have only scored 2 goals this season. So I'll be hoping they can get one in now. It'll be a good time to get one. Marshall Rattin keeps that in, and here comes Hincheri. Tries to find Passley out wide, but Dickinson intercepts, and now Rogers has space to run into. Skendy there, playing centre-back today, so versatile. We've seen him playing all sorts of positions last season. He played at right-back, centre-back, central midfield, attacking midfield, and even filling in at striker occasionally. I think we're just waiting for him to go in goal now. Here's Murphy. Some very fancy footwork. Warburton, Yeovil with all the ball so far. Finds Quigley on his home debut, but just tackled there. So Sam, a great start for Yeovil in this opening 13 minutes here.
Yeah, we've been very strong so far. Say a real statement of intent, really pressing forward, and obviously showing what we've done in the previous games, but having that extra cutting edge as well. And Reece Murphy doing what he does best and finding the back of the net.
It's a fantastic goal from Murphy. He's cutting on his left foot, found the perfect space on that bottom left corner to avoid the hands of Tom Smith. Darren Stoll seems to be favouring the back three now, having started the season with the 4-4-2 that we played most of last season with. Some big names that both these teams could draw if they qualify and get into the first round of the FA Cup. The likes of Sunderland, Hull, Ipswich. I mean, it'll be a great day for both these clubs, wouldn't it, Sam?
Yeah, I really wouldn't mind a trip to the Stadium of Light this year, but say, whatever happens, but we made a good start to be in the hat so far.
Murphy there, just trying to pressurise the defence. So yeah, Dover with not the best of starts to this season. But then again, Yeovil Town still looking for their first win, and the rain here in Yeovil is really driving down. It's a windy day and the rain has started to come down. It was happening before kick-off and it stopped for a bit, but now it's started to come down. Makes some interesting conditions. Lawson Diath there with an ambitious pass, but Adam Smith just about gets there. I think that was a heart-in-mouth moment there for Lawson Diath on his first start in a few games, but he gets away with that. Charlie Lee leaves it for Warburton. Staunton leaves it for Diath, who plays in Ledbetter, who's got room to cross. Murphy leaps, but he just can't quite get there, and now Smith is there to clear under the pressure. It's a very, not makeshift, but different back three we've got, because Staunton, obviously, he's played midfield more for Halifax, but he's played both midfield and defence for Yeovil so far. Skendy has mainly been playing midfield, as here comes Quigley with a shooting chance and gets it away on his left foot, but Tom Smith is there to save. And obviously Carl Dickinson, a natural left back, but with his experience can do a great job wherever he plays in defence.
separated the teams here in this FA Cup tie, and well, Dover Athletic at the moment not showing any sign of getting back into it either. 1 minute.
Leadbitter loses out to Dover Academy product. Marshall Rassin there, playing at left wing back today, it looks like. Here's Adam Smith. You think Darren Sile looks like he wants to give the FA Cup a go this season. Not too many changes, and if they are, more forced changes. And you think this year that prize money for the FA Cup is all the more important to clubs, especially at this level, due to no fans being allowed in and a lack of income. Some really nice play here from Yeovil, who've had all of the ball. There's just so much time on the ball for Yeovil here, with Dover reluctant to press. Looking to find Gabby Rogers there, who just can't quite make it. Gabby Rogers with a fantastic start to the season. He's known to Yeovil fans more as a winger or an attacking midfielder, but this season he's been deployed at left wing back, and it really seems to be working there for him, doesn't it, Sam?
Yes, last week it was a surprise to see him start at left wing back against Dagenham, despite having the 45-minute cameo against Halifax. But he did really, really well for himself, taking on his man, a lot of confidence as well. So really, really good start to the season for Gabby Rogers.
Very impressive from the young man indeed. And here on the other side comes Dan Leadbitter, who's fouled there by Marshall Rastin, who goes down as well. But it was a clear trip from the Dover Academy product. 2 Academy products for the respective sides at left wing back today. And Carl Dickinson's going to take this free kick, with every player going forward apart from Dan Leadbitter, who's watching the pace of Akeem Rose, young striker, played in by Dickinson. Good win from Charlie Lee, who's adjudged to have fouled his man, Josh Pasley, but looked like he just leapt higher than him, to be honest. But it's been given a foul Dover's way. Charlie Lee looks very confused, to be honest. And it was a great lead. We've seen Charlie Lee do that time and time again. He's such a threat from those set pieces. Tom Smith there, signed last week from Arsenal, along with Bailey Spencer-Adams, the central defender on loan from Watford. Warburton with a shooting chance and goes for it, and it was bending. And it just went over the top. From this angle, it looked like that was just going to go into the top left corner, but Warburton still looking for his first goal on loan from Northampton Town. But he's looked a bright spark, obviously set the National League North alight with Stockport County. And I'm sure he'll be desperate to get a goal for Yeovil. Such a creative player with such tidy feet he looks in that attacking midfield role. Here's Dickinson.
So I know all about Matt Warburton. Took a photo with the match ball to social media as well.
Joe Quigley on the ball now.
Here at Yeovil Town on the season-long
Here's Rogers.
start, wasn't it?
Time to run into the ball. He's trying to get round Josh Pasley. Sends him the wrong way. Gets the ball in on his right. And here's Charlie Lee going to shoot outside of the foot. And it's just gone wide.
Just outside the area, and they really just lay off at Charlie Lee.
Charlie Lee with a fantastic effort there. Looked like the outside of the foot.
He sort of bent one to the outside of his right foot. It wasn't that far away.
Tom Smith was left stranded in the middle of the goal, but
Thankfully, Smith
just went wide.
right side of the post for him.
It's all been Yeovil so far this half. No Dover attack as of yet. Their best chance probably being the Lawson Diath back pass to Adam Smith that for a second scared the Yeovil viewers. Akeem Rose takes it round Dan Leadbitter, but Leadbitter fouls Akeem Rose. Akeem Rose, 21 years old, joined Dover this summer from Grimsby. And it's Jack Munns on the ball here.
yet to open his account.
It's his second season at Dover, and he won promotion from the National League with Cheltenham under Gary Johnson. He plays it in. Quigley is there to clear, and here's Gabby Rogers. Murphy in plenty of space, able to chest that ball down, and it's now found its way to Staunton. It's an early ball from Leadbitter, but Murphy couldn't quite get there. It's just a bit too close to Tom Smith. So 22 minutes in. Once again, apologies for the technical issues at the beginning of the game, but out of control and had to resort to the YouTube live stream, but we're able to see it nonetheless. Here's Warburton. Tries to play in Leadbitter, who's going to get there. Plays it in. Murphy's at the front post, and Rogers was there running in, but Murphy just couldn't quite any sort of touch. Would have been enough there, you'd have thought. Murphy really looks in the mood today. And Diath with space, he's going to go for the shot, goes for it, and Smith has to parry, but he gets the follow-up. So much time for the Yeovil Town players. Dover just refusing to close them down and press, and I think Yeovil are enjoying themselves so far. They'll just have to hope they don't let anything slip on the counter-attack.
So dangerous and so fatal for Dover Athletic, but as it is,
All Tom Smith's kicks have been going to this left-hand side for Dover. And again, Yeovil win it, and it comes back to Adam Smith.
they're winning the second balls as well and playing well in between the lines. Of course, the later rival hasn't helped.
It's a foul for Yeovil there.
Remember, they've lost 4 National League games in a row.
Warburton on the floor there. And it's such a dominant start for Yeovil here. They'll be very happy with it.
Doing well for Dover. Second from bottom, next to bottom of the Premier, and it's not good, and they face Eastleigh.
Another set piece here for Yeovil. It's going to be Gabby Rogers to take this one.
Their FA Cup record of reaching the first round.
Likes of Staunton, Skendy, Charlie Lee, Quigley. There's a lot of height in there now.
Gabby Rogers.
Rogers takes it in. It comes to Quigley, who gets a head on it. He's on target, but just doesn't quite have the power. Joe Quigley's that player we've been missing. A lot of fans were asking for a different option up front, and he really is. I mean, he showed against his former club Dagenham how he's going to win all those balls and hold the ball up. What have you made of him so far, Sam?
So he's a completely different option, like you say. So he's a similar build to Courtney Doofus, but they're very different players. So Quigley's happy with the ball to feet and playing his back to goal, whereas the rest of our strikers really want to be played in behind. There's Yeovil have a chance here.
Ball in from Staunton, just evading everyone, and Diath goes in there with a strong challenge, and it was a good challenge. And Dover have got a throw in. So Yeovil 1-0 here, 25 minutes in, 20 minutes left of the first half, and they'll be delighted with how this has gone. Not even a sniff of a chance for Dover yet. Dickinson just goes down there, but it's a Dover throw-in. Dover with real, like most clubs, financial issues over the summer, but they made theirs very public, and they set all their players up for a free transfer. They obviously lost a few key players. Ini Effiong going to Stevenage, their goal scorer. Here's Binshiri, plays it to Munns. Passley has been forced to play it back there, as Warburton does really well to press Jack Munns in midfield. And now Cumberbatch with space. And here comes Collins. Good block from Josh Staunton. It's a corner for Dover, their first real chance here.
across to take it.
So Jack Munns to take this one. Yeovil with every player back.
Good diagonal ball into the area.
Munns going to take this right-footed in-swinger. It's gone in there. Ekpateta was jumping, as was Spencer Adams. It's gone out for another corner. Every player there appealing for what they wanted, but it's gone out for a Dover corner. Munns running over to take this again. So corner for Dover. Drilled in, Staunton gets his head to it. Comes out to Binchiri, who loses out to Quigley, who keeps the ball. Leadbitter plays it forward, and Gabby Rogers is chasing that one down against Tom Smith, who just manages to chip it over Gabby Rogers. And some calm play then from Marshall Ratton. But then Diath playing really well there, pressing. Obviously he's been out for so long, he just needs to find that match sharpness again. And it looked like a terrible challenge there on the right hand side from, I think it was it's the yellow card there for Cumberbatch, I believe. Didn't quite see what happened there, but there was a scream from the Yeovil dugout. It was Curtis Cumberbatch with the first booking there of the afternoon. Here's Skendi. Rogers is an option. He's come to Rogers. He's got such tricky feet. He sends players the wrong way and finds Skendi, who wins a corner for Yeovil.
Penalty area, and in fact the Albanian wins Yeovil Town's first corner. 29 minutes for that.
Diath to take this corner. Yeovil's first of the afternoon.
First corner of the afternoon.
Some big players in there. You look at Quigley. Lee scored, obviously, against Wealdstone. And you've got Skendi, who's lurking on the far post. And it's just Dan Leadbitter back for Yeovil. And all of Dover's players back. Played in by Diath. Fails to beat first man. He didn't quite get the height on that, but Yeovil retaining possession. Rogers will look to get it on his left foot. He gets the ball in, finds Staunton, who heads on to the post. It was a great ball from Rogers and a fantastic leap and header from Josh Staunton, but it was as if time stopped and it just hit the post. And now Charlie Lee with time picks out Staunton again, but it's intercepted for another Yeovil corner. Yeovil really threatening here. Staunton with such a direct header, it just went straight onto the post. Tom Smith can only watch. And here comes Diath to take the corner again. He'll be hoping to beat the first man, Cumberbatch here. He does. Comes to Smith, and he's come to Murphy, who hits the volley. It was a scrappy goal, but Rhys Murphy was there to volley that in. He was just in the right place at the right time. Half an hour in, it's 2-0 to Yeovil.
Rhys Murphy.
Diath beat the man, beat his first man there, and it came off. I think Tom Smith tried to punch it, it deflected off him and fell straight to Rhys Murphy. The ball was in the air, but he had the technique to get his leg up high and volley that in. It was a free goal there, and it's 2-0 to Yeovil. Very encouraging stuff here.
Yes, exactly that. Rhys Murphy really silencing the critics at the moment. Absolutely stunning first half performance from him and Yeovil Town in general.
Absolute domination here from Yeovil, half an hour in. And that came just after Josh Staunton hit the post, so it's I mean, it's 2-0. This really could get quite a few goals here. That's now 16 goals Dover have conceded in their last 5 games. Well, 4 1/3, I should say. Here's Marshall Ratton with Dover throwing. Dover, I think, will be keen for half time to come, but they've got to endure 15 more minutes. And Yeovil will be looking to make things as bad as possible here. Yeovil pressing, look at that. Quigley, Murphy and Warburton, they're all pressing their men as it comes to Munns, whose loose touch was anticipated by Murphy, but here comes Cumberbatch. Asking for the short option from Ratton. Dover managed to get it back to Tom Smith. Oh, and really well pressed there from Quigley, who's trying to do everything he can to sort of scare this Davies keeper. He's only 18 years old. It's his professional debut, on loan from Arsenal. And Murphy there now on a brace. He'll be looking for a hat-trick. You thought this would get him on course to get some goals in the National League, but Lawson Diaz down here for Yeovil. He's looked like a hand to the face. He's holding his face, but he's slowly getting up. I think it was just some initial impact there, and he's all right to continue as Yeovil have a throw here. Dover really struggling to do anything here as Diaz beats Binshiri so easily there and finds Ledbetter, who wins a corner for Yeovil. Yeovil will be hoping for a similar result from this corner. Rogers to take this one from this side. Going to be an in-swinger. Darren Toll favouring the in-swingers with Lawson Diaz taking one from the other side. Rogers takes, and this one's cleared by Binshiri. It comes to Warburton. It's absolute domination here for Yeovil, isn't it, Sam? Dover just haven't really had a sniff yet.
I really don't think I've looked to my left yet. Yeovil Town have been excellent, and everyone's been saying for a while that a dominating performance has been coming as Joe Quigley's got the ball in the box. I say, yeah, so apologies there, but yeah, Yeovil have looked excellent so far, and it really has been a sign of the performances to come, and I think this is the kind of the combination of this.
Yeah, it has been a long time coming for Yeovil. Played so well against Halifax and Dagenham, and then the home games, just the first half's letting us down. But Yeovil now 2-0 up. They can't complain, and they will be really looking to capitalise while Dover are playing like this. I'm sure Andy Hessenthaler will be waiting for the players to come back in for half-time and give them a real talking to. Darren Sol will just be hoping for more of the same. So it's encouraging that Yeovil can show performances like this without the likes of Courtney Duffus, Luke Wilkinson, Lee Collins. Wilkinson obviously suspended for this game after his red card against Dagenham, as Dover have a free kick in their half. Quigley's getting a talking to here, and it looks like he's going to be booked here. I think that's a harsh booking for Quigley. But that's the first Yeovil yellow card of the game. Joe Quigley here on his home debut. He's been playing well, offering Rhys Murphy that hold-up option. They've been linking up well there, along with the likes of Matt Warburton. Obviously the full-backs, Ledbetter and wing-backs, should I say, of Ledbetter and Rogers really providing an attacking threat. Leadbitter with the raw pace, and he's a great crosser of the ball, and then Rogers with the feet and also a fantastic crosser. It's a corner for Dover here. Jack Munns to take this one. Yeovil just need to make sure they can defend this corner. As Munns drills it in, it comes to Spencer Adams, who had a free header there, and he headed over. The Yeovil players are furious with each other for letting him have so much room. He did just have a free header, the 19-year-old on loan from Watford. He was signed last week and just made his debut against Torquay, having never met any of the players. Ratton just misjudges that header, and Yeovil have the throw-in in Dover's half. Warburton looking to take on his men on his left foot here, finds Gabby Rogers. Goes for the shot on his right foot and it just goes wide. There's so much time for Yeovil. They've had countless shots this half, given a lot of time on the ball. And there's 7 minutes left of this half. Is there time for Yeovil to get another, or for Dover to potentially get one back? Dover arriving slightly late for this game, but kick-off started just about on time. As Charlie Lee wins a header again, finds Quigley, linking up well with Matt Warburton there. Quigley now with space to run into, but just tackled there by Binchiri. And now Cumberbatch with space to break. Diaz trying to track back, and here comes Akeem Rose. Louis Collins in the middle, but Staunton with a fantastic tackle there to prevent the ball in and even prevent the corner as it goes out for a throw-in. And Staunton there able to see that out. Josh Staunton been really impressive and looked like just a natural fit since moving in the summer from Halifax. Sam, what have you thought of Josh Staunton in his opening few games in green?
He's essentially become the everyman for Yeovil Town, similar to what Albie Skenny was at the start of last season. We've seen him filling in at central defensive midfield, central midfield, and now at centre-back. He's looked comfortable in all three positions, so it's been an excellent start for him.
Yeah, he does really look like such an experienced head, but only 25. It does surprise you. He plays like so much more of a mature player. Over the top, Warburton's going to chase this. Ratton can only clear as far as Lawson Diaz. Cumberbatch keeps one in despite protests from Yeovil. Now Munns with space. Prasley on the right. Dickinson stepped forward there. Prasley with space to shoot. Goes for the cross. Finds Collins in so much space, and it's a goal for Dover. He was completely left unmarked. And Dover have got one back completely against the run of play. Matt Warburton's fuming with the linesman on this side as he thinks the ball went out, but Prasley was in so much space there as Carl Dickinson stepped forward, and Collins there was just left completely unmarked and had an absolute tap-in to get one back for Dover. 40 minutes in, 5 minutes left till half-time, 2-1 to Yeovil. So Yeovil kick off here after that Louis Collins goal.
It's gone the right way this time, and it's Lewis Collins who is back starting. One of the 5 changes in early.
Yeovil now trying to get one back instantly as Leadbitter has space. Murphy and Quigley in the middle. Here's Quigley, goes for it, but just can't quite get there. He went for it with his feet, but maybe think he could have gone for it with his head. But Yeovil retain the ball on this left-hand side.
Jack Munns to his right-hand side, sent it out to his right, and to the overlapping Josh Pasley.
Murphy now in the box, finds Warburton, he's going to go for the shot, and it goes just over the bar there.
2-1.
So 2-1 now here, and Yeovil will be really disappointed to only be 1 goal ahead here, as they have been absolutely dominating this half. And it was just a lapse in concentration, and I feel like a decision went against them. It looked very close if the ball went out of play on this side. Murphy there pulled round as Quigley wins the header, but nothing given. Here's Spencer Adams. Finds Binshiri, the Frenchman. Marshall Ratton, and that time it's given as a throw-in a very similar position. Yeovil players giving the linesman a lot of stick there. Here's Staunton to take the throw-in. So the back three working for Yeovil, they just need to make sure they don't drop those levels of concentration. As Staunton's pass finds the chest of Warburton rather unintentionally. And Leadbitter fouls Ratton there. So Louis Collins with the goal there on 40 minutes. Only 19 years old. He was signed from Sevenoaks Town in the summer. Previously been on the books at Scunthorpe. And Carl Dickinson is absolutely fuming with a decision here. And Charlie Lee's trying to talk to the ref as Dover have a free kick in quite a dangerous area. And if Dover will be looking to equalise here, it'll be completely against the run of play. And it's Jack Munns going to take this one on his right foot. Adam Smith just organising Gabby Rogers and Lawson Diath in that wall. Comes to, and it's been bundled in by Louis Collins again in a very similar position. Rhys Murphy was there to clear, but he just scuffed the ball, and Louis Collins again. It's 2-2 here. 44 minutes in. It's been a nightmare 4 minutes for Yeovil Town, and somehow it's 2-2.
From Jack Munns' free kick, beautifully delivered with his right foot. The header went in. I think the header.
It's been a completely dominating half, but just 4 minutes of absolute chaos for Yeovil, as they've really struggled to organise the defence there.
Well, Lewis Collins has
Dickinson is still fuming with the referee.
3 minutes ago, and a minute before half time, Lewis Collins, he's done it again. He was there at the right place at the right time, taking advantage.
So Louis Collins now with 2 goals for Dover in the space of 4 minutes to make it 2-2. We're just approaching half time here. We'll wait to see how long the fourth official is going to hold up on his board for added time. And there are no replays in the FA Cup, so there has to be a result tonight. And there'll be 2 minutes of added time here.
2-2.
And Tom Smith going to take this. Yeovil looked so comfortable going into half time, and just absolute capitulation from Yeovil. And it really looked like they could have been about 4-0 up in the sort of 35th minute, but then a set piece and just leaving Louis Collins unmarked has made it 2-2 here. Adam Smith plays it long, trying to find Josh Staunton. Comes as far as Albie Skendi, who wins a corner for Yeovil. So 1 minute left of this half of the added time, and it's Diath to take this corner. Referee's not happy with what's going on in the box. He's not happy with the behaviour of Reece Murphy on trying to disrupt the young keeper Tom Smith, I think.
Right into the path of
So DF to take.
pounced 2-0. Here it comes against another one.
Staunton looked to win it at the near post, but it comes as far as Cumberbatch, who couldn't clear, and it's a good effort from Gabby Rogers, who fired that really quickly, and it was good reactions from Tom Smith. And now Akeem Rose here, breaking with players in front of him. Collins in space again. Leadbitter's there to clear, and it's half time here for Yeovil Town. 2-2. The Yeovil players really not happy with what's happened in the last 5 minutes, but a brace from Reece Murphy and a brace from Louis Collins make it level at the break here, and it's 2-2 here at Hewish Park.
And it ends up 2-2. Well, we wouldn't have thought this as we went into the last 5 minutes of the first half. But we've got it. Lewis Collins struck. Lewis Collins struck twice. dissent. You need to stop talking to the referee about the decision. Do you have
Hello.
Yeah, teams are on the pitch. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Sorry.
So the two teams are back out now
Thank you, Steve.
for this second half. I think Yeovil will just be wondering what on earth happened in that last sort of 7 minutes or so, where it was all Yeovil that first half, but they completely switched off there in the second half. It was
Right, welcome back.
the most dominant we've seen Yeovil all season, and it's 2-0 up. Murphy with both goals,
In South Somerset.
and 2-2 now as we kick off here. When it comes to Quigley, he turns and shoots, and good save from Smith, and Leadbitter just can't quite get it back in.
Left-hand side. This was in the first
But a great start from Yeovil, who'll look to dominate it again.
denying Yeovil Town a third goal and regaining the lead.
So Quigley with a really early chance there, about 20 seconds into this half.
This was literally, just kicked off. Yeovil Town penetrated into Gerber Athletic territory.
So Dover now with a
Lovely Tenny had his back
got
to
back
goal,
into this game, who I
turned on the edge of the
think
area.
everyone will be in the Yeovil camp will be very confused as to how that happened, but they just need to stay switched on. So maybe missing Luke Wilkinson, Lee Collins, Warburton making a really good run there down the left-hand side. And Rogers finds him, plays it in, and there's Murphy, who just can't quite make it, and it's a corner for Yeovil. Really good movement from Warburton there. He's going to play the corner quickly.
Spencer Adams, it's going to be a short corner.
Rogers in, it's cleared.
Well, as I said at the end of the first half, will Yeovil Town begin the second?
Leadbitter back in,
They are doing as well. And Dover
and Yeovil want another corner, but it stayed in for Rogers.
just out their minds here because they're right on the
Warburton thought about the shot or the cross. Here's Leadbitter who shits it in. There's Quigley, who's completely unmarked. Dover are stood motionless, and it's Joe Quigley with his first goal in green and white. 3-2, just under 2 minutes into this half, and it was such an easy ball from Leadbitter, and he just moved behind the defence, and it's 3-2 to Yeovil.
As you say, it was a wonderfully lofted ball from Leadbitter, and Quigley had the easiest of headers he's going to score in his career. That's his bread and butter, and it's excellently put us back into the lead.
The Dover players are really not happy with the linesman on the far side, but it looked like he just moved in between them, and they just stood completely still, and Yeovil have regained the lead. That's exactly the start they will have wanted, and now Dover are telling everyone to calm down, restructure. But Joe Quigley with his first goal for Yeovil there.
So before I BBC Radio Kent listeners follow us up to date generally from Ben Watts' game and Tamara James's,
Strong challenge from Diath, but Collins, who's
third goal
got a brace already this afternoon, tries to race through, but Dickinson's there.
was coming.
Now Yeovil need to make sure that they don't have a repeat of what happened in that first half, as Quigley loses out in his own half to Munns, but he wins it back there really well and finds
Yeovil
Diath.
Town have regained the initiative here. They really did go at
Leadbitter in space on the right hand side. He's got Warburton in the middle, but it's intercepted there by Bailey Spencer Adams, and it's another corner for Yeovil. This is how Yeovil have scored 2 of the goals created from corners.
Joe Quigley making his home debut, sort of spun round and then put in a right foot shot
And the rain's really coming down here at Hewish Park. I don't know if you can quite make it out on the pictures, but
with his left
it is quite strong rain here, and it's also extremely windy.
right
And Gabby Rogers has this corner. Skendy having a bit of a tussle there at the far post.
20 yards out.
Played in it, finds Skendy, who's got space to turn. Warburton there shoots with power, but it goes over.
The far post.
He was in so much space there, Warburton. It was a tough angle, and there were a lot of bodies ahead of him. And you can tell he really wants that first goal for Yeovil, Matt Warburton,
Past Tom Smith, he really
who applauds Albie Skendy.
with the 18-year-old.
Congratulate him for finding him.
His goal makes it Yeovil Town 3.
Yeovil just need to stay on top of this game and make sure they don't get caught out with a lapse of concentration, so they can progress to the first round. Obviously, there has to be a result today. It will go to penalties if it's a draw at full time. Yeovil will be hoping that's not the case. Obviously, a string of home games for Yeovil here. We've got this game as Akeem Rose looks to break and outpaces Lawson Diath, and he's gone straight past Skendi. There's players in the middle, but Dickinson does well to clear it there. Collins was in there waiting for the tap-in for his hat-trick, but Dickinson prevented it. It's now a Dover corner. Yeovil just need to watch out for those breaks, and it's encouraging that Dickinson did stop the cross there. Now all players back for Yeovil. Now they conceded a scrappy corner goal, a free kick goal late on in that first half. They'll be hoping another set piece goal doesn't come Dover's way. Munns takes it, and Ekpiteta was there, but it's gone straight out for a goal kick. And a really good start to this half from Yeovil, more like they were in that first half, excluding that disastrous last 10 minutes. But they'll be hoping for more of the same. Leadbitter wins that and finds Joe Quigley, who does really well at holding it up, and that's what Yeovil need. And it's played. Darren Sol's not happy there, as Yeovil have a throw-in, I believe, as the ball is adjudged to have gone out, but Leadbitter was completely outpacing the Dover defence, but Yeovil will have to settle for a throw-in. Seems like there's no long throws today, Sam. See, Charlie Lee usually... I know it's a free kick, I do apologise, but not quite sure what that was given for. Do you have any idea?
I saw, obviously, Dan Leadbitter bursting through, which is why Darren Sol was obviously disappointed it wasn't given. But I'm not sure what the referee's actually given that free kick for.
It's played in by Diath. Charlie Lee's there with a completely free header. He had the whole goal, but it just went straight down the middle. Ekpiteta apologised there as he completely left his man unmarked, and Charlie Lee had a really good opportunity there. Charlie Lee's so good at those headers, and he's such a threat from set pieces.
Golden chance for the Glovers to extend their lead, but it wasn't to be.
Murphy there forcing Tom Smith to kick it out long from his hands. It's a free kick for Yeovil. It's a free kick here for Adam Smith, as Yeovil started this half really well. Quigley wins the flick on, and it comes to Murphy, who can't quite get hold of it, and it's well cleared by Dover as far as Rose. Here's Ratton, who finds Collins really well, and Smith has come a long way and does really well there. Dover appealing for a handball. It looked like it just hit the side of his leg as Murphy finds Warburton, and that was really good goalkeeping there from Adam Smith, who's looked so assured since he's come in to Yeovil during his second season, hasn't he, Sam?
Certainly. So we were looking for that composed goalkeeper in the summer, and Adam Smith has certainly been that. He's popped up with some brilliant saves, and just like that there. So some may say it's erratic, but it's kept Yeovil in the game, and that's all that matters. Exactly.
Collins was beating the defence for pace, so he had to do something about it, Smith. And he did really well. And got up quickly to play the pass to a Yeovil player. But here comes Dover with the ball now. Passley in space on the right here. It's Cumberbatch.
solitary figure on
finds Hincheri, who spent his whole career in the lower French divisions, apart from a brief trial at QPR, but now comes to the Kent National League side. And Yeovil just need to make sure they stay on top of this game. There's still a lot to play. It's the 55th minute here at Hewish Park.
Heresy on the other side of the ground. Neat ground.
They just need to maybe get another one, but then
Ground
we were 2-0 up in the first half, and that didn't do enough.
lost that status a couple of years ago.
Hoofed clear by Dan Leadbitter.
The first attempt last season and nearly did it as well, reaching the playoff.
Dickinson's watching it. The captain for today. Dickinson into his third season at Hewish Park now. He's such a good character to have around the dressing room, and not a bad player either, as he takes another throw hit for Yeovil. So Yeovil going to be looking for their first win here. Obviously haven't won in the league yet, but any sort of win I think would please supporters and players and staff, of course. They've been playing well, but it just hasn't quite happened for them yet, as Reece Murphy tries to hold it up, but tackled well by Marvelette Pateta. And Cumberbatch tries to win out on Diath, but Diath does really well as Munns goes in for a strong tackle there. Didn't look like the best of tackles, but Warburton's here on the right-hand side, and it's cleared well. And here comes Diath going for the shot, and it's deflected, and well saved by Tom Smith. It's good to see Lawson Diath back out there for Yeovil, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah, he started that move and almost finished it. It was some odd scoop, really, to get the ball into Charlie Lee's path. And then the finish as well was almost forced a good save from the Dover goalkeeper. But say Yeovil are pushing now, and it's good signs so far.
Very good signs, but it's not going to be a corner for Yeovil, unfortunately. As to judge to be an offside, I think. Murphy, I think, was coming in to try and get the rebound in, but was called offside.
Very quick off his mark on the left-hand side.
But yeah, encouraging signs for Yeovil. As long as they can defend compactly and well. Really strong header there from Leadbitter. Quigley just loses out. Smith there pressured to clear it out wide, and it goes straight out. It was really good pressing from Matt Warburton, who's really impressed since coming in from Northampton. He's done so well. I mean, he's playing for Northampton in League One this season, but he's dropped down to Yeovil in the National League, and I don't think Yeovil are complaining at all as it comes to him again. Dickinson looking for options. Murphy's there, but I think he's going to be called offside there. So Sutton on Tuesday night and Chesterfield on Saturday, and potentially a fourth home game in a row if Yeovil get through this and get a home draw in the first round. FA Cup, obviously Yeovil have a huge history in the FA Cup as giant killers, and I think every Yeovil fan would love to get to that first round, get one of the big boys, the Sunderlands, the Ipswiches, and then, who knows, potentially get third round is the dream. We've got to stay realistic for now. There's Dover on the attack. Dover struggling to make an impact on this game. What have you made of the Kent side, Sam?
So they're clearly a different outfit to what they were last year. They're missing a number of first team players, which they had to sadly release due to the financial troubles that COVID has caused. But say a player like Nassim Lagour, who they had last year, who could create and could kind of take the game by the scruff of the neck, is what they're missing. But they've got the ball now, and when they do go forward, they do look threatening.
They do, as Passley comes forward here, but it's well intercepted by Lawson Diath. Dickinson finds Ekpateta, who controls well, and Murphy there gives away a foul. something you see a lot from Rhys Murphy is there's a sub for Dover, and it's going to be Bilal Hinshiri coming off,
Northampton.
and I believe it's Oscar Goburn coming on, former Glover. Obviously Goburn was here about 3 years ago. He's played in the Championship a lot of games for Southampton and Huddersfield, and he's still only 29.
Number 4, Oscar Goburn.
So Goburn here with a brief spell, a handful of appearances in green and white. He'll be looking to make an impact here against his former club as Munns plays it in, but Yeovil deal with that set piece, and it comes to Goburn, the fresh man. Passley plays it in. It's looked like a good cross there. Passley again, who's looked bright on this right-hand side. Murphy slides in and does well there to win it. But Ledbetter makes sure and kicks it out for a corner for Dover. So an hour played now, 60 minutes in. 3-2 to Yeovil. But Dover just look a bit more in this half than they did in the last half. Obviously, they scored 2 goals in the last half, but you've got to say, for the majority of the half, Dover barely had any of the ball. And here comes Jack Munns with the corner. Lee looks to clear it. It couldn't quite get there. Smith made the block, and Dickinson's got it out. And here comes Lawson Diath, who just can't quite start the counter-attack, and Yeovil win a free kick. Rain seems to have stopped here, but it didn't seem to affect the game too much, and I think Yeovil will be hoping the pitch stays intact for the Sutton game on Tuesday night. A few options on the bench for Yeovil today. Obviously they're allowed a larger bench than usual due to it being the FA Cup, as Murphy loses out to Goburn, and Munns is in space here, tries to play in Collins, and he does. And Collins is going there again, and Adam Smith does well there to stop it going through to Louis Collins, who's looked dangerous. He's been Dover's main outlet tonight, not tonight, this afternoon, sorry, and something for Yeovil to watch out on.
Yes, certainly. He's been a bright spark on that wing. He's played left and right, I think, this game, and he certainly looks a threat and has peeled to the back post for both the goals, and certainly looks like he's got a lot to his game. Did sign from
Sevenoaks Town in the summer. Fellow Kent Bay side, as the ball is hoofed out, goes onto the roof of the stand that we're under here. Dickinson gets a new ball though. As I say, a lot of options on the bench for Yeovil, the likes of Matt Worthington, Jimmy Smith, Jack Clark. You've got Ryan Burke and academy product Alfie Lloyd as well on the bench for Yeovil. Yeovil's wing-backs really pressing very high there, as Dan Ledbetter was one of Yeovil's furthest forward players, but they've got to make sure they track back here, as Cumberbatch has a lot of space to run into. Finds Passley. He looks for Collins, who plays it back, and it's a goal for Dover. Collins got something on it, but I think someone else got a touch on it, and Yeovil are fuming because it looked like a second player got it on the line. It's 3-3 here at Hewish Park. Dickinson again is screaming at the linesman. I'm not quite sure who got the goal, but Collins played it across the goal, and I think it was TJ Bramble at the far post.
Goal scored for Dover Athletic, number 14, Thomas Bramble.
Dickinson now having a chat with the ref, and it was TJ Bramble who got the goal there, and it's 3-3 here to Yeovil. Dover have looked a bit better in this half, and they've got their goal. And Yeovil are not happy at all with that. So 64 minutes in here, 3-3 at Hewish Park.
No, you're right, Dan. Yes, you judged it absolutely right. And And so did I as well, because Dover Athletic have equalised through TJ Bramble.
Josh Pasley's now down for Dover, but he got up from a push from Joe Quigley.
In the summer has opened his account for his new club, and it came from Josh Pasley's beautiful, long-ranging, searching cross from the right-hand side. Pasley is so good at that.
So Yeovil really don't look happy with that goal, as you'd imagine, but they do think there was an offside at the far post there, as Dover win a free kick, a throw-in, from many appeals. And now Dover look really up for this, and this game's completely wide open.
Back into this game again. It stands now at 3-3.
Here's Cumberbatch on the edge of Yeovil's box. Finds Pasley.
This is the plot thickness, as they say.
It's another throw-in for Dover. Dover doing a lot more attacking in this last 10 minutes. They've been playing a lot better this second half. It's got to be said. They were really quiet in that first half, apart from the last 10 minutes, where they've really grown into this game, as Yeovil forced them to play it back to to Tom Smith from Ekpateta. Warburton wins a really good flick there and finds Diath, who's got space ahead of him as well as Rhys Murphy and Quigley in the box. He's just got Ekpateta to beat there, and he does so, finds Quigley, who tries to play it back, and it looks like a handball in the box there. It came very quickly to him, but nothing's given, and here's Leadbitter and Diath with the flick. Yeovil with half-hearted appeals for a handball there, and it's a substitution for Yeovil Town and Dover. It's the goal scorer Louis Collins, who's got 2 goals coming off.
Is number 7, Lewis Collins, and coming on his replacement is number 10, Stephen Rigg.
Stephen Rigg, the striker, is replacing Louis Collins.
And leaving the field for Dover is number 9.
And also Akeem Rose is coming off.
And coming on the field is number 19, Adi Aziz.
And Adi Aziz, who's got a wealth of EFL experience there. So it's 2 strikers off for 2 strikers for Dover.
Number 8, Lawson Diath.
And Diath is coming off for Yeovil for Matt Worthington.
Number 7, Matty Worthington.
Diath, who's played well, I think, this afternoon, but still not quite there, match sharpness-wise, and Matt Worthington coming on. So a completely new strike force for Yeovil. And Matt Worthington just provides that extra sort of pressing and energy in the midfield. So yeah, no long throw-ins for Yeovil this afternoon. Quigley holds it up well, but just couldn't quite find the pass. And it's come to the substitute Aziz. And here's Cumberbatch, trying to look for him. He's got space ahead of Skendi, but it just goes out for a Yeovil throw. Staunton's going to have to deal with this one, with Stephen Rigg pressing down on him. And it comes to Aziz in the box, and Dickinson does really well there and leaves it. Lets it bounce over both of them for a Yeovil goal kick. Dickinson tries to find Joe Quigley, who can't quite flick it on. And Leadbitter's going to try and get into that one, but Ratton was there, and Worthington has now found Leadbitter on the right-hand side. Quigley and Murphy in the box. It comes to Murphy's pulled down, and Quigley got a shot away, and Murphy is fuming as it looked like there was a hand across him, and he was just dragged down, and Quigley did get there, but did look like a foul in the box there, Sam.
I'm with Rhys Murphy on this one. I'm absolutely astonished that that's not been given as a penalty. 2 hands on his shoulders and falling to the floor. If Rhys Murphy isn't dragged down, he's having a shot on target there, so he has no real reason to. So that's surely a penalty.
It did look like, can't quite make out which defender it was, but his hands were all over Rhys Murphy and he was bundled down, but nothing given by the referee. And it's 3-3 here with 20 minutes left to play. Obviously, if it stays like this, it goes to penalties. Yeovil struggling to get a hold on this game like they did in that first half. But it's still 3-3. Header lost out there, and Staunton's going to try and see this one out, but it's been given a free kick, I believe, for Yeovil. Not entirely sure what for. I think it was some pressure from Ade Aziz. Aziz signed this month from Newport, who's played a lot in the EFL, including for making a lot of appearances for AFC Wimbledon a few years ago, getting them promoted to League One for the first time. And Quigley didn't quite know that was, but he's got the ball eventually, and it's a poor clearance from Ekpateta as Bailey Spencer Adams just about clears. And it's really good work from Josh Staunton on the right-hand side, who tackles deep into Dover's half. He's got a chance to win a corner, and he does. So it's a corner for Yeovil. Really good work there from Josh Staunton, pressing high up the pitch and winning a corner for Yeovil. They'll be delighted with that, because they've scored once from a corner already, and they've looked threatening from all of them, quite frankly, this game. They'll be hoping for more of the same, with Gabby Rogers taking this one. Rogers to take. Lots of green shirts in the box, and it's cleared by Dover, and Dickinson's forced back to Adam Smith. It's high up. He's telling the Yeovil players to stay forward. Skendy's going to look to win this one. He flicks it really nicely to Matt Warburton, taking on Spencer Adams, who tackles well in the end. It's a really open game now, and you just don't know which way this is going to go, as Yeovil are doing a long throw here with Charlie Lee. All Yeovil players bar Ledbitter and Adam Smith obviously going up for this, and it's gone long. Staunton won that, and it's punched clear eventually by Tom Smith. Charlie Lee again with a fantastic ball. Staunton wins, and it's a good save from Tom Smith on his debut for Dover. It was sort of behind him, but he did well to claw it out, and it was a good opportunity for Yeovil there.
It certainly was. Dover somehow managed to hook the ball out the net. Josh Staunton does really well there to get the, I think, within about 3 or 4 Dover players, but somehow wins the header, and Yeovil just can't get that final ball over the line.
He's looked threatening, Staunton, as the ball's played in. There is Staunton, and it just goes wide. It fell to Staunton, and he was about 6 yards out from the goal, and I thought that was in, Sam. I was getting ready to say goal, but it's just seemed to go wide, and he's got his headers in his hands.
Yes, it looks like he's kicked the ball kind of into the ground there, and if he gets a clean strike, that's surely 4-3 to Yeovil.
It's a crazy game here at Hewish Park. 3-3. It could go either way, and Staunton, I was just about to say, as that corner was taken, he's looked so dangerous from all these set pieces. He hit the post in the first half, and there again he's threatening as Skendy looks to beat Aziz and does really well there against Aziz, who's not a slow player by any means. And it's a Yeovil goal kick. A good save from Tom Smith there just before that. And Yeovil with some really good chances. They can't say they haven't had their chances in this game. They just need to get a few more in the goal. I mean, they have scored 3, but then again, the defence needs to maintain it, ensure that they don't concede another goal. It's Dickinson just misjudges that, and Skendy's one-on-one with Aziz. Does well to hold him up, but no one's on Josh Passley there. He's in loads of space and manages to get the ball in, and it comes to Cumberbatch, who had a good header, but it just went straight to Adam Smith, fortunately enough for Yeovil.
Didn't get enough power as the header went straight into the tummy of Adam Smith. In the town goal, Adam Smith
Skendy wasn't happy there that no one was on Josh Passley on the right-hand side, and rightly so, because he had so much time to pick out the cross, and he picked out a really good cross to Cumberbatch, but fortunately for Yeovil it came to nothing. And here's Aziz, who can't quite find TJ Bramble, but it's come to Gabby Rogers. Rogers now, space on the left, finds Worthington, the substitute. Rogers, Yeovil doing well to keep the ball here. It comes to Murphy, who goes for the shot, and it was a good effort as it went straight to Tom Smith, who had to have a second try. It was a really powerful shot, that. I thought it was just going a bit more into the corner there, but Murphy, you can tell, wants that hat-trick. So Yeovil still threatening, and the Yeovil players again really not happy at this linesman on the near side, as Dickinson and Adam Smith are both screaming at him.
This time, he's keeping those sharks, in a well-guarded net.
Dover now with the ball, with some nice play, and it comes to TJ Bramble, but Smith does well to come out, and Bramble just left a foot in there. It looked like he was trying to sort of leave a foot in to trip over Adam Smith, but Smith just looks at him bewilderingly. And he does well, Adam Smith. He's been sharp off his line this game, and that's what you want to see from our keeper.
Yeah, I certainly don't think he was too impressed with Bramble there, but like you say, he quickly finds the ball wide here.
Here's Gabby Rogers. Puts the ball in, it hits Josh Passley straight in the face there, and he's gone down in some pain. And there's another player down for Dover. I think it's Stephen Rigg, I think, is down for Dover. I don't quite know what happened there. Sam, did you see what happened on the halfway line there?
Not a clue, to be honest. He must be feeling something from earlier, but it looks like the physio's looking at his head there, so I'm really unsure as to what's happened, to be honest.
We saw Josh Passley get hit in the face by a venomous Gabby Rogers cross, but we don't quite know why Stephen Rigg is down. It looked like he just fell. If we're looking at the replay here on the stream, it's a bit behind. It looked like it just sort of fell onto the back of his head and fell awkwardly. And now both teams with a chance to go to their respective managers and get a talking to about how they should approach these final 12 minutes. I'm sure both teams would rather not have to decide this game by a penalty shootout, as it's a bit luck of the draw, but we haven't seen a penalty shootout, I don't think, under the Darren Sarll era.
No, but all of our cut ties have been settled on the day or having replay, so I can't really see. I can't remember an occasion where we've had a penalty shootout, but
no,
it'll be an exciting spectacle for the neutral, but I don't think the Yeovil Town fans, players, staff will really want to go through that, especially if it's not the right result at the end of it.
Exactly. You'd have thought with Yeovil got a really experienced team here, be able to be composed. And it's good to see both Dover players back up on their feet now and ready to play. And it was Jack Munns, who was down.
90 minutes.
So now Gabby Rogers with a throw.
Earlier, by the way, in the Premier League, it was West Ham 1, Manchester City 1. It's how it finished. Crystal Palace are beating Fulham at Craven Cottage by a goal to nil.
Looked to find Murphy, but it was just a bit of a miscommunication there as Quigley got in the way. But it's come back to Rogers. He loves a step over. Gabby Rogers shoots on his right foot, and it's a fantastic effort. And Tom Smith had to make sure he got something on that, as it was a really good effort on his weaker foot. And we've seen Gabby Rogers do that a lot in the games he's played so far this season.
I think that's the closest he's come so far this season. He's forced an excellent save from the Arsenal loanee there, and Gabby Rogers will feel unlucky, but it's a really bright signs going into the closing stages here.
Now Rogers doing some hand signals there as if to signify what the corner's going to be. He's patting his head here, so it'll be interesting to see what this corner brings. As he puts it in, Smith is forced to come and punched clear, but Dickinson hit that very early on the side of his foot and didn't really have control of that volley. But 10 minutes to go here. Yeovil have only made the one substitution. They've still got the likes of Jack Clark and Jimmy Smith to bring on. Maybe even Alfie Lloyd if they want a different attacking option from the academy. But 10 minutes here, 10 minutes left here, and it's 3-3.
Over Athletic pull it back. Yeovil regained the lead. Over pull it back. 3-3 it is. But remember, they've got the paceman Adi Aziz on.
Really well won header there from Carl Dickinson. A lot of bodies ahead of him. Charlie Lee brings it out, and it's well dealt with by Oscar Goburn.
With Lewis Collins going off.
Dickinson wins the flick, but just goes back to Aziz. But Skendi gets there ahead of him, does well, but now he's stuck in the corner of his own half. Skendi does really well there to find the space to clear it, but it's only gone as far as Oscar Goburn. Here's Marshall Ratton.
Pressure off the midfield line and the defensive line as well.
Crossed in, but it's gone for a goal kick for Yeovil.
With Hakim Rose, if he can get the service, if he can find it.
So 8 minutes here for either team to find a winner. And Ryan Burke is stripping off for Yeovil, and he looks like he's going to be coming on. Gabby Rogers is making his way over, but it's not going to be happening yet. Dickinson looks for Murphy, but it's intercepted by Spencer Adams as Worthington wins the ball. He's got Leadbitter ahead of him. He finds him. Charlie Lee really industrious attacking there and wins the ball well, but then just loses out on the edge of Dover's box. It's a completely end-to-end game here. It's tiring to watch, let alone play in it. Warburton finds Quigley, holds it up well, looks for the turn and sprays it out wide to Gabby Rogers, who finds, look for Matt Warburton in the box. But it was really well intercepted by Spencer Adams, I believe. And now the substitution is going to happen as Gabby Rogers is coming off for Ryan Burke. So it's a like for like. Burke potentially a bit more defensive in that left wing back role. But Gabby Rogers, another great performance from him, Sam.
It certainly is. Well played to Gabby Rogers, because he's always looked a threat when he had the ball to his feet, but doesn't actually look like he's coming off now. Looks like we're going to continue to take the corner.
Bit of a strange one there. The fourth official held it up and it was announced as Dickinson takes the corner. Staunton's there, but again, Yeovil just can't quite get it clear. And Ryan Burke's gone to sit down again as they wanted Rogers to stay on for that corner, it seemed. throw in for Dover.
It's going to be a bit of stoppage time because of those injuries to Wesley.
So Burke now going back. It seems like Darren Searles changed his mind as Burke's getting his coat back on. It looks like Jimmy Smith is going to come on instead. We don't know if it will still be for Gabby Rogers, but a bit of confusion there as the fourth official has been holding up the board. And now Ryan Burke's got his kit on again, so it's a double substitution. And here's Staunton. Warburton can bring it forward here for Yeovil. 5 minutes left to play. Finds Leadbitter. Ball in. Quigley was in there, but it was a last-ditch clearance there. And Leadbitter just holds Marshall Ratton back there. And now the substitutions are going to happen for Yeovil. Charlie Lee is being replaced by Jimmy Smith. And we would assume that Gabby Rogers is going to be replaced by Ryan Burke. So Smith on for Lee, a bit more attacking. And Gabby Rogers finally has come off for Ryan Burke. So Ryan Burke, a bit more of a defensive left wing back, you'd think. And then Jimmy Smith, a bit more attacking than Charlie Lee. Jimmy Smith signed permanently this summer from Crawley after a really successful loan spell last season even. And Dover have a free kick, a soft one to give away for Yeovil Town there. It's going to be Munns to take this. A lot of players, very tightly compact there, all very narrow and in the same position. And Yeovil have just got to stay concentrated and make sure no one runs free as the ball's played in. And it's won by Spencer Adams. But it's given offside. You could hear the applause of good line from a Yeovil defender there as they're happy. They're happy with that defending. So 3 minutes here. It's the 87th minute. So there might be a bit of added time due to various injuries from Dover players, but Adam Smith's low goal free kick, somehow found Rhys Murphy. Here's Jimmy Smith, the substitute. Nice play from Warburton to find Joe Quigley, who does well to get there in front of Ratton and win a corner for Yeovil. Really good play there from Joe Quigley. He's been really good at that in these last two games at holding it up. And he's won a corner there for Yeovil with 2 minutes to go. So 3-3 here. As things stand, we're heading for a penalty shootout.
Sixth corner of the second half.
And both teams will be desperate for a place in that first round in the next few weeks. Staunton plays it back in and it goes right across the face of goal. And I don't quite know how no one has got on the end of that, as it must have been about a foot away from the goal line. It was just bouncing across the goal line and Murphy was just stood there and he couldn't quite get in front there, but Yeovil do have another corner and it's agonising from Yeovil. Dickinson to take the corner. It's gone in. Far post to Staunton, who wins it again, and the header just goes onto the roof of the net. And Yeovil have looked really dangerous from these set pieces. And that's encouraging, isn't it, Sam? It's a good way to score goals, especially at this level. It's such a good method to get the win.
It certainly is, and Yeovil, say, traditionally haven't been a massive over the last few years. So we haven't been massive on set pieces, but recently, over the last year under Darren Searles, it's been a change in philosophy on that. We've been really direct from our set pieces, and just there. There's no idea how no one's got the end of Staunton's header back across goal. It's agonising stuff for Yeovil Town.
Ryan Burke here with his first real involvement as he sees it out for a throw-in. 30 seconds left of normal time. There will be some added time, but no extra time here as it goes straight to penalties. Goburn back to Smith. It's been a much more even second half as Yeovil will regret not capitalising on that dominance in the first half. Here's Ryan Burke. Completely sends TJ Bramble the wrong way and finds Jimmy Smith. It comes to Quigley, the ball just doesn't quite bounce right for him. So 4 minutes here of added time. So 4 minutes to find a winner for either one of these teams. It could go either way at this point. You really don't know. And Sam, it's been a tiring game to watch. It's been completely end to end.
It's been enthralling, exciting. One for the neutral, certainly. You can't really describe a game like this sometimes. It's just the magic of the cover that you might want to say.
So, minutes away from full time, finding out who's going to go into the first round. And Yeovil here win a free kick in a really dangerous position as Ekpateta is adjudged to have pushed over Rhys Murphy. Dickinson looks like he wants to take this one. And it's a really good position, this. This is a very similar position from where Dickinson put a ball into Luke Wilkinson on the opening day of the season at Kings Lynn for Luke Wilkinson to head in. Dickinson and Worthington standing over this one. We've had a minute of the 4 additional minutes. Lots of Yeovil and Dover players in the box. Dickinson ball in, it comes to Albie Skendi. It came off, it looked like Aziz's foot and bounced onto Skendi's head, who knew nothing about it, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Really unfortunate there, as it was a dangerous ball in. If there was just something on it going the right way, it could have been a very different story for Yeovil. So about 2.5 minutes left here.
Heavy breathing at the back there for Tom Smith and the 4 defenders in front of him.
Skendi looks to win out, and Smith has come a long way and did really well there as Aziz with a bit of a late one there on Adam Smith. Smith's been really sharp off his line in this game, a former Leicester player, but he's done really well in this game despite conceding the 3. And we're halfway through this additional time, the 4 minutes. Good flick on from Quigley to find Ledbetter in space, who just plays it a touch early. And Burke's going to look to press there and can't quite win out over Josh Pasley.
So, extra time is looming.
Taken long by Tom Smith. There's 1 minute left here before it goes to penalties. Skendi with a really good challenge there, and now Aziz is adjudged to have fouled him. And it was really good play. Albie Skendi's filled in really well at centre back. Obviously, he hasn't played there much since sort of the beginning of last season, but he's done a really good job there, especially in this second half, as Warburton's pass just goes straight to Oscar Goburn. There's about 30 seconds left of normal time. Here's Pasley. Good tackle. Well, the ref says no good tackle. It looked like Worthington just got the ball but tripped him in the process. And now Dover with a free kick very centrally, but this is going to be the last play of the game, and you really hope nothing disastrous is going to happen here, Sam.
it would be thoroughly harsh on Yeovil Town if Dover were to snatch one here. But a little bit harsh on Matt Worthington there. Maybe shouldn't really be going in the back of him at this later stage, but say it's going to be an interesting final play now.
We've had the 4 minutes, and it's going to be Jack Munns to take this free kick. All Yeovil players back, 3 in the wall. They've just got to maintain their concentration. And it's cleared well by Dickinson. And that's full time.
Time is upon us. The whistle has gone.
It's going to be pen end of this.
It's prolonged. We're going to an elongated period now.
So now this is going to be interesting. Penalty shootout. First penalty shootout, again under the Darren Saal era. And now the Yeovil players are discussing who's going to take what. We're just going to leave you quickly and then we'll rejoin you as the penalty. We're just going to leave you quickly and then we'll rejoin you as the penalty shootout begins in about 5 minutes' time. Sorry if we had any technical issues there, but you join us in the penalty shootouts. It's 2-1 to Jimmy Smith there. Oscar Govan, the former Glover, to take this one. Adam Smith just readjusting his keeper gloves.
He knows this pitch, he knows every undulating feature of this pitch. And usually...
Just waiting for Adam Smith to get his gloves back on. So this is to level it up in the penalty shootout.
Today,
Govan left-footed. Good penalty, bottom right. Sent Adam Smith the wrong way again. And it's been a good standard of penalties so far. And it's Matt Warburton now to take this one. Tom Smith here with quite the debut for Dover in a 3-3 draw, and now a penalty shootout for the 18-year-old to keep in for a place in the first round proper of the FA Cup. Here's Matt Warburton. Steps for Yeovil, and very similar penalty to Jimmy Smith there, and solid. Sent Tom Smith the wrong way, and now Adi Aziz to take for Dover. It's been a good quality of penalties so far. Now Adam Smith the referee's just looking at something behind the goal. He's not happy with the net, it seems, but it's going to be played on nonetheless. Here's Adi Aziz to make it 3-3 in this penalty shootout. Gets Adam Smith, and Smith went the right way and just didn't quite get there. It was good effort from Smith, but Aziz does enough to equalise for Dover. It's 3-3 here in the penalty shootout. Now Carl Dickinson to take the next one. He's a really experienced head. He's the first defensive player to take penalty. Left-footed, of course. Captain for the day. Takes it, and it's a fantastic penalty from Dickinson. We've seen him take free kicks, but it was a really good penalty there from Carl Dickinson. Sent Tom Smith the wrong way. And now Curtis Cumberbatch stepping up with this one for Dover to make it 4-4. A perfect penalty shootout from an attacking perspective so far. Cumberbatch to level it, to make it 4-4 in the penalty shootout. Quick run up, and a really good penalty there from Cumberbatch. A very quick run up, and just took it instantly. And it's Rhys Murphy to take the last one for Yeovil. Murphy, Yeovil's penalty taker from last season, going to take this one against Tom Smith, the 18-year-old in goal. It's the final penalty of the normal 5 for Yeovil. Here's Murphy stepping up, takes, and Smith got a hand to it, but it was so powerful that he couldn't do anything about it. And now the pressure is on for goal scorer TJ Bramble, 19-year-old. He has to score this. If he misses this, then Yeovil win and go into the first round. If he scores, we're going to sudden death. A flawless penalty shootout. Here's TJ Bramble. Slow run up, takes, and made it look so effortless, TJ Bramble, and we're going to sudden death. And Ryan Burks running up very enthusiastically for this one. He looks very keen. The substitute, the young Irish left back on loan from Birmingham, steps up to take this one against another youngster in Tom Smith. Young left back stepping up here. In sudden death here, takes, and it's a straight down the middle. Good penalty there. No nonsense And it's now Stephen Rigg for Dover. Rigg only scored once last season from striker for Dover in 30 league games. So the first game he hasn't started this season, and he's here to level it in sudden death. There's still no penalties missed yet, as Adam Smith makes it look big and goes the wrong way. And Smith isn't happy that he's gone the wrong way again. Matt Worthington now to take this one. Matt Worthington, the substitute midfielder, looking to continue this immaculate penalty shootout from an attacking point of view. No goalkeeper saves or misses as of yet. Worthington takes, and it's a really good penalty as Tom Smith dived the right way, but just didn't quite have enough on it. It was too accurate from Matt Worthington. A really good penalty. And here comes Marshall Ratton, 20-year-old Dover Academy prospect, to take this one.
And it's going to be
Adam Smith really wasn't happy that he didn't save the last one. He wants to save one. Here's Ratton to take it, and it's saved by Adam Smith! And Yeovil Town are through to the first round of the FA Cup. Marshall Ratton with a decent penalty, but it was a really good save there from Adam Smith, who went the right way, and with a really good save there to make it, I believe it was 7-6 at the end of that penalty shootout. Obviously a crazy game in normal time there. 3-3 with Yeovil going 2-0 up, then Dover getting it back to 2-2 just before half time. But then 3-2 up to Yeovil, and then 3-3, and then this penalty shootout. It was a crazy game, Sam. Thank you very much for joining me on this co-commentary on this mental game.
I think mental's the best way to describe it. That was utterly unbelievable. What a game of football we've just witnessed. And say Adam Smith the hero at the end there.
Yeah, Adam Smith with a really good game, to be honest, and you could tell he really wanted to save one in that penalty shootout. But thank you very much for tuning in, despite the technical difficulties. And the next game you'll see at Hewish Park will be Sutton on Tuesday night, and I do hope you join us there. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Won this FA Cup tie, the Yeovil Town goalkeeper, by beating away Marshall Ratton's 7th penalty.